The holiday season is well upon us, guys, and you may be out in the store seeing some cool cone-shaped, crafty-looking Christmas trees made out of natural materials. So today we're going to let you know if you should go ahead and spend that $20, $25, $30 for these crafty Christmas trees, or if you could go ahead and make them yourself. And these crafts, typically they're going to cost about $10 depending on how big you want them and what sort of decorations you want to add to them. But they're pretty simple to make, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this yourself in the video today.
Hey there, so today I'm making some Christmas crafts, and I saw this on another YouTube video, so I wanted to try it out. It looked pretty cool. And surprisingly enough, my mom says that they've been doing string crafts like this since the 70s. So this isn't really a new concept, but people are using it in some new ways that are kind of cool. So what I needed to do this was some string. So you could get like cotton yarn or twine or some string like this, different colors, whatever you like. And then what I did, it's getting towards Thanksgiving time and there's tons of really cool ads coming out, so I grabbed sort of like a mailer that was a little thicker that I got in the mail that I didn't need. And I made a cone out of it. I just wrapped it up and taped it with some packing tape on the inside and the outside. And then I wrapped it in Glad cling wrap. And I used Glad because it sticks a lot better than your like average dollar store cling wrap. It worked really well when I tried it on this one. So I wrapped the cone in that and made sure it covered the bottom. So I kind of wrapped it on the inside. And then what I did was I took this stuff, Mod Podge. I got this at the craft store for about $8. And it's a 16 fluid ounce bottle. I had a Tupperware container, so I filled the bottom with the Mod Podge, and then I just added the same amount of water and sort of mixed it up. And then what I did was I put this twine material, I sort of unraveled it, stuck it in, and then started wrapping it around my cone. I tucked the beginning in here in the top. I don't know if you can see that. So I sort of stuck it in there and then just kept wrapping it around all the way down and up and so forth till I used my entire string on this one. Now I let it dry overnight. I probably wrapped it around 8 o'clock and let it dry overnight. And the majority of it was dry this morning, so I decided to take it off the cone because I was like, oh, this looks really cool. I want to see it by itself. But the bottom part wasn't completely dry, so it was still a little flimsy and it started unraveling a little bit. So that's why you see it here in my beautiful blue vase. I put some more of the Mod Podge mixture on the bottom part and I'm letting it dry in the vase to see if that will stiffen it up some more. So hopefully that works. But what I want to do now too is try with this pretty red and white Christmassy type string. And I'd like to get some different heights of the trees for my like little tree decoration, string decoration display. So initially I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to make these other cones. That's gonna take some time. And then my husband Brian was like, why don't you just wrap it to like here and make some shorter cones? I'm like, that's genius. So that's what I'm gonna do right now before I go to the gym. So here, I still have my mixture. My Tupperware container had a nice handy top on it, so I was able to save my mixture instead of just having to dump it out or let it dry overnight and ruin my container. So I put the cover on it. I still have all my Mod Podge mixture made up. So I'm gonna use that. So I'm just unraveling it. I've seen a lot of videos where they just dump the whole thing into the mixture and let it soak. But I'm not sure, I wasn't sure if I really wanted to use the entire spool for my projects. I thought maybe I might want to save some of it for later. And some of the videos I saw were like, don't do this, your string will get all tangled and stuck together and knotted. And I was like, ugh, that's gonna be a pain. But I really didn't have any problems with it knotting together. It sort of looks like it when you're looking at it there, but it really came apart pretty easily as I was going. I didn't really have any problems with it sticking it together. That might be because I'm using twine and not cotton yarn there, so maybe if you have yarn it might stick together more, but the twine doesn't seem to stick together much at all. The only problem you kind of have is you have to remember where the end of the string is so you don't lose that. Alright, so here I go. I'm going to just sort of try to stuff this into the top of my cone here. Or you might want to just wrap it around and tie it. So I think I'm going to try and do that this time. Okay, there we go. So I just sort of just tied it loosely there. Whew. Okay, and this is kind of messy, so you're definitely going to want paper out. And also, at my husband's suggestion as well, I put down an old, like, flimsy plastic cutting board cutting mat. It's pretty cut up already, so I really don't care if I ruin it. And then I'm just gonna wrap it down. I'm gonna say to here. That's where I want it to stop. So it'll be a much shorter tree than my previous creation that hopefully works out. Alright, so I'm just gonna go around several times here to just kind of make it pretty strong. You can kind of adjust it with your fingers as you go along. And you can kind of just do a random pattern going up and down and around wherever you want it to be stronger. And this is kind of cool. This string kind of seems to have some natural knots in it, which is kind of cool for a Christmas tree. It sort of looks like little decorations, right? So that's kind of neat. And those might be nice places where you can attach some beads or glitter or sequins or little charms or something to make it look more decorative. So this is kind of cool. And the other thing to note, it's looking sort of faded out when you do this because of the Mod Podge on there, but when it dries it's going to be the same color that it originally was on the spool, like this. So nice dark red and so forth there. So this is going to take a while, so I'll probably speed this up a little bit for you guys. And this is a much smaller cone, so I definitely do not need as much string for this one. Which is kind of nice. It's going very quick. Ooh. There we go. I think I've gotten pretty much all of the spots now. And that's Tico, our dog. Wondering what's going on. Alright. So now that I'm done, I'm just going to rinse off my hands real quick and cut this, because I have a lot of string left. And my scissors. Just going to cut this here. Then you can just wrap it around, find a place to tuck it in. You'll see I just tucked it in right there. And then I'm just gonna let this dry and see how it turns out. So we're back and my cone is all dry and hardened and stiff and great. So this is how it turned out. And my smaller cone here has dried as well. So I'm gonna try and take that off of the cone. Kind of have to bend it a little bit. This one I left on here a few days, so it's a little stiffer, but it popped off pretty quickly. So it's a little stouter. And the thing I've kind of noticed with these is they're not quite level. So they're a little off-centered here, if you can see that. So the next time I do these, I'll probably want to make sure that my cone is very level and more symmetrical. But they're still kind of cute. And I'm gonna go ahead and use some decorations. I went to the craft store and I got some little decorations, silver balls, some glitter and so forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and decorate these and show you what they turn out like after I'm done. With my decorations, I added a bunch of sequins and a couple of these silver balls to the tops right here. And as you can see, it turned out pretty good. And I'm really kind of happy with how it turned out. They're a little lopsided, a little bit crooked if you turn them. You can kind of see that. But I'm pretty happy with how they turned out, and I think I would try it again and make sure that they were level. I do particularly like this style personally. It's a little more modern. I like the brown twine with the white and the silver a little bit better than I like the red and white. But you guys can tell me what you guys think in the comments. But I think it turned out pretty well. I did think that I was gonna put these silver balls all over the tree, but they're pretty big. So I decided to put them up on the tops as sort of the star and scratched that idea. Also, if you're doing smaller trees, this one was pretty small and tight. It was harder to get the glitter in. The way I did this, I thought I was gonna maybe hot glue them or tacky glue them onto here, but really with all the strings wrapped in there, I was just able to just maybe put a little bit of glue on the back and then just stick them right in there in between the strings, which was cool. So I hope you guys liked the video, and please let me know if you try your own creations and send me some pics. Send me some comments about how you did it, or if you figured out how to make them not lopsided. Any tricks or ideas you have for doing it a better way, we'd love to hear that. And I think these will be pretty cool. I'll probably do a bunch more of this twine kind, maybe some really tall ones, put by the fireplace or something would look really neat. So I think I'm gonna try that now, go put them on my fireplace and see how they look over there. Okay. So we're gonna go over here and look at my tree up on the mantelpiece. Right there, up on the mantelpiece, my cute little trees. And they look pretty nice up there. I'm liking how they turned out. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, come back to the site and watch our videos. And thanks for watching.